Welcome to Architect of Tomorrow. We don't just write code here, we design the systems that run the world.
All right, let's dive in. We are on the verge of a massive shift in how AI is developed, and it's happening as we speak. We're talking about a move from the absolute wild west of building AI agents to a whole new era of structure and massive scale. And for you, as a developer or a leader, this isn't just some minor update. It's a real multi-million-dollar opportunity hiding in plain sight. Oh man, if you've ever written a line of code, you have felt this phrase in your soul. It's that universal cry of every developer whose beautiful, perfect creation runs flawlessly on their own laptop, only to completely fall apart in the real world. This exact headache, a problem we thought we solved a decade ago with containers, is now back with a vengeance in the world of AI. So let's set the scene. Welcome to the Agent Wild West. It's a chaotic, unpredictable landscape that honestly looks exactly like the software anarchy we were all dealing with before containers finally showed up and brought some order. Now this slide right here really puts it all into perspective. Think about it. Back in 2013, Docker came along and completely revolutionized how we package and deploy apps. It became the standard. But now, here we are over a decade later, and for AI agents, which are basically the new applications, we have nothing, no standard. Everybody's just making it up as they go. So what does making it up look like in practice? Well, picture one team over here. They're using a cool framework like LangChain, and they're keeping all the agent's memory and its state right inside the application's live memory. Super fast, super simple to get started, but incredibly fragile. Okay, so then you've got another team in the next room. They're using a totally different tool, say AutoGPT. In their approach, they're saving the agent's memory to a bunch of local files. A completely different method with its own unique set of traps and failure points. And then, of course, there's the third team. They looked at everything out there, said nope, and spent the next 3 weeks building their own custom framework from scratch. So what's the result? You've got 3 different agents, 3 totally different ways they run, and 3 times the opportunity for everything to go horribly wrong. So, what happens when these 3 different, fragile, custom-built agents finally leave the safety of a developer's laptop and get pushed into a live production environment? It's a complete disaster. That first agent, the one with the in-memory state, it crashes and poof, everything it ever learned is gone forever. The one using files tries to call an external tool, but the call fails silently, so you don't even know it's broken until the customer complains. There's no built-in way to run a task every hour. And the worst part? When any of these things crash, their state gets corrupted, leaving the agent dumber than a box of rocks. This is the crisis. You just can't scale what you can't standardize. But, out of all this chaos, a real solution is finally starting to emerge. It's called an operating system for AI, or as we'll call it, an AIS. So what is an agent operating system? Just think of it like a professional babysitter for your AI agent. It's a standard environment whose entire job is to manage the agent's life, making sure it can remember things permanently, do its tasks reliably, and survive a crash without losing its mind. And this is the absolute killer analogy that makes it all click. Kubernetes came along and made a simple promise to developers. Hey, stop worrying about managing containers. You just focus on your app's code. Well, an AIOS makes the exact same promise for AI. I'll handle the messy stuff, the memory, the tasks, the crashes. You just focus on making your agent smart. Okay, so how does an AIOS actually pull this off? Well, the secret sauce lies in one critical difference between the old applications we're used to and these new AI agents. You see, the apps we've been building for years in containers are stateless. They're like goldfish. They take an input, give an output, and then they can just disappear. No harm done. But AI agents are the complete opposite. They are fundamentally stateful. They're more like elephants. To be useful, they have to remember things, learn from conversations, and keep track of context over time. And that's exactly why your old container tools just aren't enough. So to manage this statefulness, an AIOS really has 5 core jobs. First, it persists state, making sure the agent's memory survives a restart. Second, it makes sure functions run the same way every time. Third, it handles scheduling jobs. Fourth, and this is a big one, it handles failures gracefully so you don't lose data. And finally, it lets you scale up, letting you run hundreds of agents as easily as you run one. Now, This isn't just some theory on a whiteboard. The race to build the one agent OS to rule them all is happening right now, and we're already seeing some major players emerge from the pack. The landscape for 2025 is already taking shape, and it's fascinating. You've got players like Akash, which is going after decentralized execution, basically letting agents run on a global network of computers. Then there's Anthropic with Workbench, trying to create this perfectly smooth, integrated environment from coding to deployment. OpenAI is working on Swarm, which is all about orchestrating huge teams of agents to tackle massive problems together. And then you have companies like Run.ai, focusing on the big enterprise needs, like security and lifecycle management. Everyone's tackling the same core problem, just from a slightly different angle. It's all happening in real time. So why should you care about all this? Why does this matter right now? Because what we're looking at is a pivotal moment in tech history. This is your Kubernetes moment for AI. And that means it's a huge time-sensitive career opportunity. And I want to be crystal clear about this. All the uncertainty, the competing platforms, the massive game-changing potential, it feels exactly like 2014, when every smart developer was trying to figure out if this container thing was the future and which orchestration tool was going to win. We are in that exact same moment for AIOS right now. And here's the real kicker. Because this field is so new, so fresh, you are literally just 6 to 8 weeks of focused learning away from becoming a genuine expert in an AI OPS platform. That's it. And the payoff for that small investment of time, it's huge. For an individual, that expertise could easily translate into a major salary bump. For a company, getting this right now means avoiding $50,000+ in painful refactoring costs for every single agent when the standard finally solidifies. So I'll just leave you with this. A standard for building and running AI agents is coming. That part isn't up for debate. The only real question is, when that day arrives, are you going to be one of the people who saw it coming and is ready to lead, or are you going to be one of the ones left scrambling to catch up? Will you be ready?